Patricia.
CSIT AI to the Future will begin in a few minutes. CSIT AI to the Future will begin in a few minutes. Please welcome the speaker for AI to the Future, Robert Guevara.
Hi guys, so I'm Robert. I'm a third year student in Mint, taking up BS IT, and also a scholar. You know, um, in partner with Geekonomics, a partner with Mint also, and aside from that, um, I've been part of an NGO. So yeah, um, that's it for me. So I guess. Yeah, we will talk about AI today. So hope you enjoy this talk and have fun and knowledgeable experience through this talk. So let's begin. Yeah, AI to the future. So as we know, AI is the one of the ultimate goals of mankind. A technology that initiate what humans do, feel, and think. So we want to talk about AI first before we dive deeper on what it can do, uh, what what are the things that should AI do, and the pros and cons. Okay, so next slide, please. So AI 101. So we are here to talk about what is AI specifically, and also what is subfields, the programming language of AI that correlates with it, and the events in AI, the history of AI, how AI was founded, what are the turning events that led to this AI technology today, and also what are the pros and cons of AI. As we know, things have disadvantage and advantage in our daily life. So next. So AI is the development of computers with close to human intelligence that allows them to carry out tasks without explicit programming through the use of machine learning models. So, side note, guys, if you have questions, pala, you can comment in the comment section, so I can answer it later. Okay. So, um, as you can see in the presentation, AI is the development of computers. uh, AI means artificial intelligence. So by the meaning of artificial and intelligence, it's the replicate of the human intelligence. So um, so let's dig deeper in AI. So here are the subfields that encompasses the AI. We have here the machine learning neural network, natu- natural language processing, deep learning, cognitive computer, and computer vision. We will talk each every one of them in the next slide. First is the machine learning. Machine learning is from the word itself how the machine learns from the data it gathers. So the data that was input inputted into the machine will be analyzed in order to create a new specific pattern for the for the machine or the device to to create the task that is needed. We go to the next is the neural network. Neural network is a field of intelligence that make use of neurology. So from the word neurology, neural means we intercept with the neural which is the brain. So um, so we just want to understand how the connections of human uh, brain is made up, and what is the pattern between those things, why this task was being done, and how it correlates to the other task, something like that. Next is the natural language processing. So, and natural language processing, or what we call NLP, is the study or the subfield of AI that talks about how the machines learn on recognizing the language of the humans. So, for example, if you state something na with the feelings like you are sad, nalulungkot ka. So, this subfields talks study that kind of field in which they can integrate it to the better version of the machine. And also we have here the deep learning. So as you know, from the word deep learning, it means we are digging deeper to the learning of the machines. Deep deep learning and machine learning are somewhat what you call this. They are interconnected because deep learning is the subfield of machine learning, which is machine learning is the subfield of AI. It's uh, so being able to deep learn the processes and the data that gathered will lead to the machine learning and to the artificial intelligence. We also have here the cognitive computing, in which that talks about the computing mechanism of a machine and how human computing is related on how the machine works. Also, the last subfield of AI, which is computer vision. So this talks about what the machine sees, recognize what are the objects around it, and build the information from this. So as you can see, there are six different subfields of AI that that helps the AI to be built. So if you have any questions about these subfields, please comment down below so I can answer it later on. Now we talk about AI and what are its subfields. But how AI was built? So AI was built with programming language. As you all know, AI is mostly incorporated with technology, and technology means sometimes we use programming language coding. So here are the some programming languages that use AI, which is Python, JavaScript, Java, Scala, and R. So Python is the most known or most used programming languages for AI. It's used to build uh, for data science, data analysis, and data manipulation. Python can also use for front end development and back end development. While JavaScript, as we all know, uh, as this moment, JavaScript is only used for web development. But don't think of JavaScript as a little programming language, because as of now, JavaScript can um, is now in is now developing. and can be used in many ways, just like mobile development. And also we have the React Native that many programmers are used. We also have the Java, which is focused on mobile game development and also the oriented programming. And the Scala, which is from the word itself, Scala, which is scalable programming languages that that can occur repeatedly. Lastly is the R programming languages. It is a data manipulation language that helps the artificial intelligence in manipulating the data that gathered. Now, let's talk about how AI developed through the years. First, first event of the AI happens in 1943 to 1952, in which it talks about the artificial neurons. We artificial neurons from the word itself, an artificial neuron. So it's a replica of our brain. Artificial neuron is also a biological neural network that have a layer architecture, and each network node to process input and forward output. So during this time also, we able to discuss Hebbian learning, in which Hebbian learning is sta- is the demonstration of the updating rule of multiplying the connection strength between neurons. So it's like the artificial neuron encompasses the Hebbian learning. Also from this years is when Alan Turing published his work, which is the computing machinery and intelligence, that also introduced the Turing test. That the test that is to exhibit intelligent behavior equivalent to human intelligence. Next to that, following years is the which is following event is the 1952 to 1956. Sorry. So here is the birth of a artificial intelligence. What we can call the birth of artificial intelligence. Here they discovered the logic theories, a program that proved 38 over 52 math problems, and in a more elegant proofs for some theorems. Also in this year, in Darmount Conference, which held in Darmount Conference, is the artificial intelligence uh, is the word of artificial intelligence first come out by American computer scientist known as John McCarthy. Following that time is the 1956 to 1980, in which dito na yung parang lumabas yung first chatbot, which is the Eliza, uh, developed by Joseph Weizenbaum, emphasized develop algorithm which can solve mathematical problems. So as you noticed, right before yung 1950, nung 1952 to 1956, there was a logic theories. So that solved 38 of over 52 math problems. So by doing by that uh, by that program, they established the Eliza chatbot during 1966. Also in 1972, the first humanoid robot entered our home. So dito na yun nangyari yung nagkaroon na tayo ng robot inside our home. So the Wabot 1. Also in this 1956 to 1980 is the first AI winter. So what does AI winter means? AI winter means is where AI puts to halt, like no government funding was been given to the researchers, and that's why it was been halt. So no yung progress ng AI that time was not um, progressing actually kasi yun nga walang funding from the government. Following that event is the 1980 to 1993, which is after the AI winter duration is the development or the uh, founding of expert system, in which the it is emulate the basic decision making ability of human expert. Aside from that, uh, the American Association of Artificial Intelligence was first held a conference on American Association of Artificial Intelligence was held during that time. It is an organization that helps to advance uh, the study of artificial intelligence. Aside from that, it also happens that the second AI winter was happened during that time. So as the first AI winter, it's just like the progress of AI was being halt. Next to that event is the 1993 to 2011, in which we are able to develop the IBM developed the Deep Blue. As you may know that because Deep Blue was able to defeat the chess champion Garry Kasparov, the first ever computer to defeat the chess champion. Aside from that, A- AI entered our home in a form of a vacuum cleaner, and also AI also enters the world of social media. Social media like the Facebook, Twitter, and Netflix. Next to that event is the 2011 to 2013, in which uh, the Watson won a Jeopardy, a quiz show where it had to solve the complex question as well as the riddles. And also from that time, the Google had launched the Google Now, which was able to provide information to the user as a prediction. Aside from that, we have the chatbot Eugene Guzman, as it won a competition in the infamous Turing test. Another significant event or project that been developed that time is the Project Debater by the IBM again. Is complex topics with two master debaters and also performed extremely well. And also the Duplex, the AI program Duplex, which is a virtual assistant. Now, by these events, we are now able to develop a new technology of AI. So today, we have, as you know, we have now the flying cars. Flying cars, we have flying cars. You can see that in Japan that being developed. Also, we have here the more advanced virtual assistant or chatbots. AI now also enters the world of agriculture and farming. The autonomous flying or the flying cars. Uh, Also, the retail and shopping fashion that's like the Shopee and Lazada na uh, you can integrate AI there kasi they can manipulate or not not the real AI but the subfields of it is in the retail and shopping fashion since um, as you browse the shopping list uh, and when you go back they recommend you something for you based on the research that you've been doing, and also the security and surveillance in which the security cameras can be able to identify if the object is a human or or object only. Just like uh, if if your camera can know if your hand is up, there's a code for there's a system for that. And also there also AI for sports and analytics, manufacturing and production. I guess AI is uh, into the manufacturing production, since there are robotics that is being developed for manufacturing goods and services, and also the livestock and inventory management, the self-driving cars, which is now the Tesla is the number one uh, self-driving cars, well-known self-driving cars, and also the healthcare and medical imaging analysis, and warehousing and logistics supplies. Now that we know what is happening in AI today, let's talk about naman is yung pros and cons of AI. So before that, do you have any questions? So just comment in the comment section if you have questions, if you need elaborations, maybe, so I can answer it. So now let's go to pros of AI. So AI, as we all know, is a beneficial technology into our uh, world, because it na-revolutionize niya ang ating ang ating pamumuhay ngayon. So, what are the pros of AI? So, first is yung it can complete routine tasks with ease, since AI manage the data easily, and also it can work indefinitely, since you only need to a machine that is uh, plug or have a power that can work indefinitely, and also make fewer errors, since they are basing only on the data, and by this data they can formulate patterns on what actions need to be avoided and need to be continued. Also, AI help us to explore. By a while ago, I said that they create new patterns, they discover new patterns. So by this discovering new patterns, we can now know that there are certain things na pwede palang ganito yung paggawa. And also, AI can be used by anyone. Yung Google Assistant is a form of artificial intelligence, is now being used by many people. Yung Alexa, yung by Amazon, and also yung Siri by iPhone, and yung sa Google Assistant by Google. Now, there's also AI makes us more productive, since it can help us ease our tasks. We can do more things aside from this kind of tasks. In just like in terms of manufacturing, um, we can pass the packaging to the AI, and we can do the human can do other things aside from that. Aside from that, could make us healthier, since we are not bounded to do our work overtime. We can now do exercises. So AI gives us that plenty of time. Also, AI extends the human experience. So as we can do more things, we can do more. We can experience more. We can go for an adventure while this AI do this thing. So now let's talk about naman is yung mga cons. Ano nga ba yung mga disadvantage of having an AI? First is yung cost. The cost of AI is sobrang malaki. So malaki yung mga materials need for the AI, kaya mahirap siyang gawin. First na simulan. Aside from that, the next main factor kung bakit disadvantage ang AI is yung employment opportunities, because uh, di ba nga AI can do human things, So companies tend to replace the people by AI, since AI can lessen the errors that can have in the certain task. Also, AI is tasked with its own decision. So, um, if it was put in the wrong hands, AI is a form of code. So, but it is only doing what is programmed to it. So, uh, if you need to do something other than that, you cannot do that because AI can is not programmed for that. Also, it lacks the creativity since AI is focused on step process, uh, while we humans hindi ganun yung ating perspective and it comes just like sa arts. So we do not just draw, we create we imagine what we draw by our minds. Next is the changes. It changes the power structure of societies. So, by what does it mean is yung power ng ating society will go to the ones na may hawak sa AI, since they have the more power to expand their business. And also, next is the risk of loss of important data, since AI is a machine, and if this machine was damaged, it can be easily lost. AI is also threats to humanity as a AI also treats humanity as commodity, in which we are not just like humans. We if you think of an object, or just like a light, you think a light is an object. So just AI thinks of us just like that. With AI, don't think as a human being that has capability to do such works. And also, another cons of AI is the exploitation of artificial intelligence. Just like I said a while ago, na if it napunta to sa mga maling kamay, uh, it can it can it can damage, or it can be dangerous to our lives, since AI can do so much things now. So I guess that's it for my talk. Do you guys have any questions regarding I have said? Okay. Oh, I see more talks. So let's go with Ingrid. So uh, her question was, what's your favorite programming language? For me, pro- my favorite programming language will be Python, since it is an easy programming language. It can be easily understand by a beginner, and no much syntax like Java and JavaScript na uh, yung semicolons na makikita nyo lagi sa Facebook na nakakalimutan ng mga developers. So, it can be avoided, no? So, kapag yung Python kasi does not use semicolons often, so now lalasen yung errors pagdating sa pag-run ng programming language. Next question. With the advancement of technology, do you think jobs will be officially taken over by AI? It depends. I guess it depends on the company, but uh, I guess there's a high probability na mangyari yun, since yun nga, mas madaling magamit yung AI. Uh, costly siya, pero when you develop na yung AI, uh, parang long time investment na kasi yung nangyayari sa pag pag-create ng AI machine. So, yung companies na gumagamit na ng AI can have a long-lasting product quality. Uh, they can have a product that is have a better quality aside from yung pag human is yung gumagawa. Yun yung parang naging point of kasi nga less errors yung nangyayari. So, yeah, I guess officially taken over by AI. Um, I guess for now, no. Kasi AI, kailangan pa rin ng AI yung mga tao. When, in terms like yung coding. So, pero there are things, meron ng AI na nagde-develop ng nakagawa ng sariling code. So, probably pwede. Pero I guess for now, no. Hindi pa siya ganun ma-taken over by AI. Next question. So, what is connected sa tanong ni Ian, what is automatic programming? Ano, and sa tingin mo ba, in the future, wala na programmer kasi ito take over na ng AI yung jobs ng programmer? Huh. So, automatic programming is from the word itself, yung AI can now develop codes through the can develop codes kasi yung just like us developers, we use IDEs na ginagamit namin to run the code. So, if the IDE see na merong errors, so they can know. So, parang yun yung nagiging parang means of automatic programming. So, nalalaman na yun na yung parang artificial intelligence when it comes to coding. Nalalaman na agad ng IDE na, oy, mali ito. So, dapat mo siyang palitan. So, the next question mo is yung ano sa tingin mo ba in the future wala ng programmer kasi i-take over na ng AI? No, I guess. Kasi, um, I guess no, but no. Kasi programmers is vital in terms of AI development. So, kahit na sabihin natin AI knows what to do and what to, yung mga parang coding, syntax na dapat, there's sometimes it's always need to be monitored by humans kasi uh, alam mo, just like yung may mga times na alam mo na tama to but the program is says na error. So, yeah. So, I guess hindi pa rin mawawala yung mga programmers because they will be able to monitor how the machines work in terms of coding. Uh, Next question. Yeah. Even if mahal i-produce yung AI, do you think malaki naman yung return of investment ito? Yeah, I guess pag na-develop yung isang AI machine, it is long-term investment na kasi magiging mangyayari pagdating sa AI. So, malaki talaga yung yung magiging impact nito. I mean, yung maganda yung impact ng investment pagdating sa AI. Madali kasi sabi ko nga 'di ba long term yung investment mo. So you just need maintenance for that. So actually yung pag-develop ng AI I guess sa una lang siya mahirap pero I mean yung costing sa una lang mahirap since you need the materials first tapos maintenance na lang yung gawin. Pero there's sometimes na maintenance is costly din. So pero overall I guess malaki yung return of investment ng AI. Kasi yun nga maganda nakaka-develop tayo ng mga data from the use of AI. So yeah. Um so so Dorit asked that. Uh, do you guys have any questions? Do you think we need a bill of digital rights? Um, Bill of digital rights. So, I guess we need that kasi yung having a right in in terms of so bill wait let me look up what's bill digital. Yeah, I guess we need that yung rights na pagdating sa mga ganyang bagay since mm, kasi yung 'di ba just like yung sa pag-take over ng AI sa jobs. So dapat maprotektahan pa rin yung mga employers pagdating doon. So dapat mabigyan pa rin sila ng pagkakataon na makapag-work aside from the AI na sila na yung mostly nag-work, gano'n. So yeah, that's my opinion for that. Eugene, ah, posible ba na masakop tayo ng AI katulad sa Terminator kapag nahawakan na naman ng tao yung AI? I guess, for my opinion, siguro, from, malayo pa, malayo pa siguro. Pero, posible, posible, pero, yeah, kasi kung mapunta nga siya sa maling tao, I guess, um, it can be taken over. AI can take us over. Yeah. So, hindi malabong mangyari, but for now, I guess hindi pa siya possible since pero pwede siya mangyari, pero hindi pa ngayon. Parang gano'n. So, do you guys have any questions? So, is there any other questions pa? So, I guess you guys don't have any other question? Sige, Regina. I'll wait for your question. So, guys, if you have any questions pa, just comment lang. Tapos, yeah. No? Yeah. So, yeah. So, ano, AI, so, uh, agree ba ako na magkaroon sa AI or hindi? I guess, yung, yung sinabi ni Ingrid na magkaroon ng digital rights, parang maganda siya since, yun, hindi, hindi can restrict yung paggamit ng AI. Hi Robert, what are your thoughts on having AI having emotions, human like or whatever? Cause, that will be interesting kasi yeah, it will be interesting kasi Mar uh yeah, interesting siya since interesting siya na makita yung AI can have emotions kasi as we know wala pa silang emotion pero how do I put this? AI having emotions. So, any thoughts on AI having emotions, human like or whatever? I guess, yeah, parang okay lang. Okay lang na they have human emotions since, pero having human emotions, parang, yeah, yun. I guess I get the right word. So, having AI and human emotions, we can have yung sympathy. Kasi, di ba, sometimes we do not feel to uh, share it with our friends, and we tend to look for strangers. So chatbots na may emotions, or AI that have emotions that can help us in terms or in our problems is, I guess, good. Kasi yun yung na ano yung boundary na hindi natin ma-share yung ating problems sa mga ibang tao. So yeah, does that answer your question, Regina? So next is, what's one concept product of AI you'd want to create? What product? For now, ano, flying cars, I guess. For now, flying cars. Since I do want to, I want a flying cars na makita. I'm a sci-fi fanatic, I guess. So, having that build is kind of amazing for me. I mean, opinion lang, not in terms of helpfulness nito, but yung pag yung interesting na makita mo yung magkaroon ng flying cars in dito sa Philippines, and also um ano pa ba, products, huh, yeah, um yeah, yun lang. Parang yun lang, mostly flying cars, cars that able to automate or automate the driving, kasi malalasin yung work natin, so we can have much time, so much time with our friends inside the car, parang ganun. So Regina, agree also, conscience for AI will help in terms of the fear of robots taking the world. Siyempre. Yeah, kasi yun yung parang sinabi ni Eugene na ma-take over. So pag halimbawa na yung AI may emotions na, so yung cons na AI only treats us as commodity, mawawala yun. So parang yun yung maging effect na magkaroon sila ng emotions. So yun yung magiging parang nakikita ko na effect ng having them an emotion. Next, from Race, what's your opinion about AI in advertising? Posible kaya na nakakalabag to sa data privacy ng isang individual? Um, probably, probab, probably, but I guess yung may hawak na nito is yung yung advertising company. So dapat they restrict AI in terms, I get your point. Yung yung pagdating sa mga confidential information na nalalaman ng AI, tapos yun yung ginagamit for advertising. Hmm, I guess if may consent mo naman, so why would you feel na threatened ano, yung data privacy? Pero kung wala siyang consent, I guess that's something breaking the rules. So uh, by that, ano, that naka ano siya, naka-structured na this AI will give you consent on what what is being get from you, yung what data or information is getting from you. So yeah, so mga ganung bagay. So, but but honestly, basta may consent ng of the advertising, I guess is it's okay. Yeah. So you just need to read lang yung terms and condition, when in terms you need to work on reading it. Ako hindi ko rin binabasa. So kung halimbawa ma-violate yung data privacy ko, I guess it's my fault na din, since di ko binasa yung terms and conditions. Yeah. Uh, uh, yeah. Uh, do you guys have any other questions. Sorry, nabahulil na ako. Uh, ano pa ba? AI. Um, yeah, yung pagdating, nasabi ko na yung, di ba, yung AI. I guess, agree ako sa AI. But there's should always be restriction in terms of using it. Just like yung sa mga iba pang bagay, there's always be restrictions na dapat sundan ng AI. And if it's violated, then AI should stop, I guess. Um, do you guys, did I answer all your questions correctly? Did I make sense to you guys? So, nakikinig. All goods. Do you guys, any have other questions pa regarding AI? Thanks, Regina. Easy to understand. Yeah, thanks. So, I guess that's it for me. So, hope you guys learned something from this talk, and also you enjoy it. So if you guys had any have parang you want to talk something in terms of technology or any other stuff related to CSIT, you can message me. Then we can do a talk for that. We can, yeah. I will try to, not me lang pero will look for speakers or any other speakers na pwede mag-talk dun sa mga concerns niyo. And also guys, as part of a Mint Bit, ahead of Mint Bit, I would like to shout out or parang endorse lang na uh, we are about, parang we want to create an event. It's only an internal event, but I want you guys to know that we want to create an event in which we are to review the codes. So yeah, so that's it. Yeah, that's it for me. So just let message me if you have any other concerns or kung meron man kayong talks na gusto nyo pag-usapan, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. So yeah, it's Robert and thank you guys.